What's going on, everyone? CoinRoll King here. I'm back at you with another super cool video. In this one, I've got a lot of good topics to, I don't know, at least in my opinion, I've got a lot of good topics to go over with you guys. First and foremost, you'll see off to the right here, I still have this massive box. I mean, it's not massive, but when you account the weight, it's pretty massive. This massive box of Ike dollars. Now, I had taped this up already because I was getting ready to put this away. I had it sitting all off to the side here for a while. It just made really nice background footage for just for the desk here. So I want to show this to you guys real quick because the nice thing about this is I've actually got a really cool surprise for you guys. But I wanted to show this to you so you can see that this box is still full. I'm calling it a Christmas miracle. So if you don't celebrate, my apologies. I don't mean to offend anybody. But to me, that's kind of what this is. It's becoming super cool that I can have these and still have gotten a call from my branch, believe it or not. So and I'm gonna show it to you guys again. You probably may or may not have seen the short, but let me just throw this up on the table again because it is a massive bag, and if you haven't seen it, I think you deserve to see it. I haven't opened it up. I haven't even peeked inside. I haven't removed the rubber band. If you don't believe me, go ahead and examine the rubber band from the shorts I made previously. But let me throw this up here so you can see. This thing is massive, guys. It is absolutely. I'm trying to see if I can zoom out on it. It's amazing. It's really odd to have received this like this. And this pretty much isn't the topic of today. I would love to go through this, but I really don't have that kind of time. And as you can see, it's in a canvas bag. I feel like this is super OG. This is like back in the day style. So this is how I received it, and I asked if I had to return this bag or if they needed it back, and she just laughed off and said, hey, it's fine, I don't really need it back. I don't think I can get you more, but this was just something that came up and I figured you would be the best person for it. So we're gonna go ahead and get this open in another video. I just wanted to share it with you guys again. Now, getting into today's video, I don't know if you heard that, but we've got more silver. So this was actually my latest pickup at my coin shop. I've actually picked up once or twice before this video, and I haven't made videos on those yet. And as you can see here, of course, picked these up from my actual from the circulated bin. These coins here were something that I thought they were the better condition ones out of everything that they had there. So we'll kind of start with more or less one of the more circulated dates, and that's going to be the 1921 S. Okay, now this one here, as you can see, it is I guess I wouldn't say more circulated, but it's probably of the lot, it is the highest mintage. Of course, we all know the 1921s are not necessarily the greatest coins to collect in some people's opinions, but I love that this coin here is going to be a 1921S. Few notes, of course. There are dings on the rims. There's a few things that would make this kind of fall into the coal bin that they have there, which I like to call it constitutional silver if it's your first time here. I hope not. The other thing, I guess, would be the heavy hairline scratches on it. So this is a coin that for sure I think was cleaned. You can kind of see it in the reflection there. Down here, I think you could tell really heavily that it has been cleaned up. And of course, just by looking at the rim and seeing the wear on the rim, and then seeing the actual coin itself, it doesn't really add up. So there's a few things that kind of made this coin fall into that actual aspect of a coal or constitutional silver. Of course, just the dings itself don't really help with coin grading and things of that nature. But it having that S Mint mark down here, I thought added some value. So I figured I would pick it up. Let me see. Yeah, you can see the S Mint mark there. So just an overall great coin, I think. One thing I did notice today is that the spot premiums are going up on silver, which is nice. I did pay a premium for this based off of what I'm used to paying. I could remember a few months back, I was paying about $18, $19 for these. And now I'm getting these for about, today I picked these up, I want to say pre-tax, they were about 25, 26 bucks. So it doesn't help that I paid with a credit card, to be honest, but it was just something that I was like, man, it is what it is. Getting into our second coin. And real quick, the mintage on this one here, 21,695,000. So just in case you were wondering, it's definitely not it's not a lower circulation or lower mintage, but it's also not like the 1921 Philly, which was around, I think, 48 million, which is insane. So that's why I picked this 21S up. I like the 21S. I think there's good value in 21S, even at 21 million. So getting right along into our second coin. Boom. A really nice piece dollar. Again, this one very well could have been cleaned. I'm not an expert, but I think it might have been. There's got to be a reason why it ended up in the coal bin, right? To me, though, if you haven't been here before, I just love these coins. I love the large dollar coins. It gives you, I feel it's the best collection as far as collection goes, and this is my personal opinion. It's not investment advice or anything like that, but in my personal opinion, I think this is going to be the best standing long-term collection of U.S. constitutional silver that there could be is in the large dollars. I always see the large gold dollars going for premiums now, so I think with time, as these start to, unfortunately be melted down or people turn them into rings and such, I think these will definitely be great collection coins to keep and to, be able to pass on to other people when that time comes, or share them with my kids if my kids like them. And if not, I could always hold them long term and then hopefully eventually cash out at a profit, buy myself a Ferrari or Lambo or something, right? I'm just being silly. I'd probably throw it back into real estate or something. 1922 piece dollar here. And again, this was one of those that if you know anything about the piece dollars, in the early years, the 22s, they were minted in like 30 million. Even the 22S was 17 million. But this 1922 D mint mark here, this one here has a mintage of 15,068,000. So out of the 1922, this is actually the most scarce of the mintage, if you will. Now, who knows if there would be anything that would have affected that down the line, if any. Let's say, for example, a lot of the 1922S were melted down or something like that, then that would mean that the 1922S would be more scarce than this. But currently, just based off of what I know, and again, I could be wrong, I could be very wrong, but based off of what I know, this would be the most scarce date or mint mark of this 1922 collection piece dollar. So great coin overall. Like I said, I don't mind paying 25, 26 bucks for this. A lot of times on eBay, I was already paying premiums, and of course they weren't in this kind of condition, but I was already paying $40, $38, $45, which was insane. So it's nice to be able to go to a local coin shop and support my local business, and also be able to pick up, just circulated constitutional silver Really nice piece dollars, and like I said, I love these. I don't mind the flaws. I understand they've been in circulation, they've been out there, they've done their job. This is, this is currency. This is something that was used to buy food. It was something that was used to, I don't know, maybe tip people. I don't know if in 22 this was a lot of money. You could probably buy a loaf of bread, I think, with this in 1922. So if you know anyone who was around in 22, or if you were a young kid watching this and, in 22 you would use this to buy something, let me know. I know there's a gentleman who shared an interesting story with me the other day, and I'd love to share that with you guys while we finish this coin up. He mentioned that a lot of the old, basically the old shops, or any kind of shops, what I meant to say is they would try to get rid of the older coin, and he would go in as a kid and buy things, and they would return to him mercury dimes. They would return to him, the older constitutional quarters. Anything that was older, they would return to, he said they would return to the children, because the adults didn't want the old money for whatever reason. They probably just didn't think anything of it. They thought maybe it was a nuance, maybe it just took up a lot of room in their pocket. Whatever the case may be, it might have been heavier. But he said that he would go in and they would give him change in mercury dimes, in silver quarters, things of that nature. So I thought that was very interesting that a lot of the adults that would go in to buy things at the grocery stores, small shops, things of that nature, would want the newest money possible. So when he told me that, I freaked out a little bit, because I was like, man, I could imagine going into a shop and getting a bunch of mercury dimes as change, because the adults didn't want it. So when he told me that, I was giddy, to be honest. I was like, man, that's insane. It was a nice feeling for me to be able to be taken back for that moment in time, to imagine him going in and buying a lollipop or a soda can, and getting a bunch of mercury dimes. So something cool there, guys. And off to our last and final coin. I want to say I saved the best for last, even though if you look at it, you might not be able to tell. But we've got our, drum roll please, 1898. Now, as you can tell, this coin has seen better days. It's definitely got some wear and tear here. But what I liked about this coin, and what made it my favorite pickup of the day, was that it was, to me, it appeared to be a coin that wasn't cleaned. It didn't appear to have any major damage. It looked to be unaltered or unedited. It wasn't like, for example, the 1921 that I picked up. If you look at the 1921 versus this, you'll see that the 1921, of course, has been cleaned. So 1898 Philly. The other thing I liked about this, besides the enormous amount of detail on this coin, was that it is a lower mintage. So what I like to do is, when I pick these coins up, I remember I was there earlier and he had about 7 or 8 coins to offer me, and the reason I picked these was either the lower mintages, or just the fact that they weren't like nickel plated or anything crazy. He had 2 or 3 of them that were nickel plated, or they were kind of plated in something else, which made them extremely shiny. It had a really nice, cool look to it, but it wasn't something that I was really attracted to, right? You might be able to, get a novice buyer into something like that, but to me, it wasn't really something that was attracting. But this 1898 Philly, we're looking at 5 million. What does that say? I'm pretty sure that's 5,884,000. Sorry about that. So again, on the spectrum of Morgan dollars, I felt like it was just a lower mintage, which to me was appealing, because if there was only 5.8 million of these minted, and let's say you account for a third of them being lost, or half of them being lost, so now you're only at about 2.4 million of them, right, that are in actual circulation or in people's collections. So I felt like this would be a coin that, even though it's in this condition, long term it would hold value because of its scarcity. Someone might need this in their collection, And I mean, not that I would ever be one to clean coins, but I'm sure these kind of surface marks could be removed by somebody if they ever wanted to. If they wanted this in their collection, I could, so be it, let them clean it up and try to sell this at a premium. But for now, again, my goal, and not to be taken as investment advice again, always do your own research and see what works best for you. But my personal goal is to just keep on stacking. So if you guys know anything about me, I love to stack. I keep these diversified. I keep them throughout different banks and safety deposit boxes, and I like to play it safe as far as silver is concerned. I don't keep much of it with me here at home. I've got a few banks throughout the town, probably I'd say within a 5-mile radius. So that's what I like to do, guys. I like to keep stacking, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video with all 3 of these coins. Keep in mind, I'm going to say it in this video as well, for those of you that like to watch till the end, I appreciate you. There is still, and I'm probably going to try to draw by Christmas, we still have this 1,000 sub giveaway, and I'd love to get that giveaway going, but I feel not enough people have entered. So we have 1,200 subs now. I would love for some of you guys that really watch these videos to the end to be able to enter for your chance to win a piece, a Morgan, or an Ike dollar. Of course, it won't be those, but it'll be something similar, and it would be something that's either silver or something that's a really nice Ike. So don't comment on this video which one you want to be entered for, but make sure you go back, you scroll back a little bit. It's going to be one of the only videos I have with I have like emojis of 3 or 4 leaf clovers, and it'll say 1,000 sub giveaway. That's where you're going to want to go to. It's probably a short. You're going to want to go to that video. You're going to want to put your name, or just put Morgan dollar. I'd like to enter for a peace dollar. I'd like to enter for a Morgan dollar. I'd like to enter for an Ike. Whatever the case may be, make sure you let me know. Go ahead and check that short out, and make sure you enter for your chance on that 1,000 sub giveaway. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for helping me get to 1,200 subs. And let's shoot for the moon. Let's shoot for 100,000, 200,000. Thank you guys again, and keep on stacking. Peace.